Hello, my lovely people. It's your host, Smart, once again, and welcome back to SmartSportStudio, where we don't just look at the score, we look at the damage the score does. Because this weekend wasn't just football. It was chess, chaos, and one red card away from somebody's season turning into a documentary. All right, let's start with the vibes first. Fulham 2, Tottenham 1. If you're a Spurs fan, I'm not even here to laugh. I'm here to check your pulse. Because this is the type of loss that doesn't just hurt your points. It hurts your confidence, your identity, and your group chat. Fulham weren't even doing anything magical. They just looked like the team that knew what they were doing. Spurs looked like a team still buffering. And here's the scary part, Papa. Spurs are not losing like a top team having a bad day. Spurs are losing like a team that's always one mistake away from panic. When a team starts defending like they're scared of their own shadow, you see it in three patterns. They drop too deep too early, they clear the ball to nobody, and they start pointing at each other like it's a courtroom. So what does this result do? It's not just 3 points dropped, it's the table pressure. Because on the league table you sent, Tottenham are sitting on 29 points. And that is not mid-table comfort. That is hello relegation conversation. One more bad run and suddenly you're no longer fighting for Europe. You're fighting for oxygen. Now, let's slide into Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. And yes, Palace finished with a red card in your image, so the whole story changes right there. Because when there's a red card, football becomes a different sport. It stops being who is better, and it becomes who is smarter. And United did what serious teams do. They took the advantage, squeezed the game, and made sure Palace were chasing shadows, not opportunities. But let me zoom in on the bigger picture. This win matters because of what your league table shows. United are on 51 points, tied with Aston Villa on points, but with the better goal difference. That means every win now is not just a win. It's a top 4 statement. And every slip is a come outside, we just want to talk moment from the teams chasing. So what's the key takeaway from United here? They're starting to win games even when the game is messy. And that's the difference between a good team and a top 4 team. A good team needs everything to be perfect to win. A top 4 team wins even when the performance is not trending on TikTok. Now the main event for the title race, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1, and Chelsea also got a red card in your image. So again, the script flips. Let me start with the real headline. Arsenal didn't just win. Arsenal survived the type of derby that can steal points from you even when you're playing well. Because London derbies don't care about form. Derbies care about emotion, chaos, and who loses their head first. Chelsea going down to 10 men should make the match easier on paper, but derbies don't work like that. Sometimes a red card makes the 10 men more dangerous for 10 minutes because they stop trying to be fancy and start playing like it's a street fight. And Arsenal had to manage that moment properly. And this is why Arsenal fans should be happy. This win is a title team win, not because it was beautiful, but because it was controlled when it needed to be controlled. Now, let's talk about what this does to the title race using your table. Arsenal are top on 64 points after 29 games. Manchester City are on 59 points after 28 games. And here is the part that makes fans lose sleep. City have a game in hand. That means Arsenal's lead is real, but it's not relaxing. It's like having money in your account while your friend is still waiting for their salary to enter. You're ahead, but the numbers can change fast. So Arsenal's mission is simple. Keep winning, keep pressure on City, and stop giving away silly moments. Because the only thing that beats a strong Arsenal team is an Arsenal team that gifts teams hope. Now let's talk about the weekend's other big results you showed. Liverpool 5, West Ham 2. This is one of those games where Liverpool basically said, "We heard you talking." 5 goals is not a normal scoreline. That's a message. But conceding 2 also tells a story. Liverpool are still capable of switching off and letting teams back into a game. If you score 5, nobody cares. But when the bigger matches come, those little lapses can become big consequences. And on your table, Liverpool are on 48 points. And that means the top 4 race is not a dream, but it's not comfortable either. Because they're chasing teams above them and they can't afford good performance, bad result weekends anymore. Leeds 0, Manchester City 1. Classic City win. 1 goal, full control, minimum stress. City are in that mode where they don't need fireworks, they just need points. And for Arsenal fans, this is the scary part. City don't have to be spectacular to be terrifying. They can win quietly for 10 games straight and suddenly your lead is gone. Barcelona 4, Villarreal 1. Barcelona doing what top teams do, turning pressure games into statement nights. 4 goals means rhythm, confidence, and an attack that's actually enjoying itself. Dortmund 2, Bayern 3. That's Bayern heritage. Win the big game, break hearts, walk away like nothing happened. What was your plot twist of the weekend? Drop your thoughts, subscribe, and break it down in the comments. Now, let's move to what everyone really wants, the next fixtures, and how they can shake this whole table like a blender. First up, Wolves versus Liverpool. This is a trap fixture for Liverpool. Wolves are the kind of opponent that can turn your attack into frustration if you don't score early. If Liverpool come in thinking, we just scored 5, we'll score anytime, Wolves will remind them that football doesn't work like confidence math. If Liverpool win, it strengthens their chase for the Champions League places and keeps pressure on Villa and United above them. If Liverpool draw or lose, it drags them back into the chaos zone, where every weekend becomes a must-win and your season becomes stress. Next, Aston Villa versus Chelsea. This one is huge because Villa are on 51 points, Chelsea on 45. Villa need this because they're in that zone where one bad run can drop you out of the top 4 conversation quickly. And Chelsea are playing for survival of their season narrative. When you lose these 6-pointer type games, fans stop talking about top 4 and start talking about rebuild. And rebuild is a dangerous word. Next, Brighton versus Arsenal. Arsenal fans, let me say this carefully. This is not a free 3 points game. Brighton are the kind of team that will test your patience. They'll keep the ball, pull you wide, and force your defenders to make decisions under pressure. Arsenal's key here is maturity. Don't force it, don't get emotional, and don't concede first. If Arsenal win, they keep the pressure on City. If Arsenal drop points, City will start licking their lips and saying thank you without saying thank you. Next, Fulham versus West Ham. This is a momentum game. Fulham are coming off a win, and West Ham are coming off conceding 5. That means Fulham smell vulnerability, and West Ham are looking for a reaction. These are the games that decide who finishes top half and who finishes almost good. Next, Manchester City versus Nottingham Forest. City at home? Yeah. This is where title races become unfair, because City's routine win matches are the ones that break other teams. Arsenal fans will watch this like it's a final. City's job is to win and keep the chase alive. Forest's job is to survive the first 25 minutes without conceding 2 goals. Next, Newcastle versus Manchester United. This is a proper top 4 tension match. Newcastle are on 36 points, so they're chasing the pack, and United are trying to lock in Champions League position. Newcastle at home can turn into a storm. United need to be street smart here, keep the game tight, don't give away silly transitions, and punish set pieces. Now, let's wrap it with what each team needs based on your table. Arsenal, keep winning, protect the lead. Man City, win everything and apply pressure like a tax collector. Man United, stack points. Aston Villa, stop the wobble. Liverpool, keep scoring but tighten up because conceding 2 won't always be harmless. And Tottenham, Papa. Tottenham need more than tactics. They need belief. Because right now, the table position is not joking. 29 points is danger territory. They need points. Immediately. Now I want to hear from you, my people. Which game flips the title race this week? Brighton versus Arsenal or City versus Forest? And which top 4 clash is your main event? Newcastle versus United or Villa versus Chelsea? Drop your predictions in the comments, like the video, subscribe to SmartSportStudio. I'm Simple, and I'll see you after the next batch of Weekend Madness.